Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my Pan That Palette finale. And I'm laughing, I don't know, it's not funny, but okay, I've been terrible at this project very recently. No, not very recently, for months I've been very terrible at this project. In the very beginning of the year when I started my Pan That Palette, I was so gung-ho, like I went through so much product, and I am ultimately very proud of the progress I've made on this palette and the use that I've gotten from this palette. But my original goal for my Pan That Palette was to use up every single shadow, and I do think that was a possible goal. I think I could have done it, but my lifestyle has changed a freaking ton during this year. Just like moving from Maryland to California, and for a good chunk of time not having a job. During the summertime, I didn't have a job. And then when I was working at Target, I didn't want to wear super heavy makeup. And now that I'm a nanny, I want to wear even less makeup. I don't wear eyeshadow to work. I wear 4 things, 5 if you count chapstick. But I wear 4 makeup products to work every day. And then on the weekends, I just don't wear makeup unless I'm filming. So yeah. Lifestyle is very different. So I know it's not technically the end of the year, but I'm just ending this, and I just showed you the palette and you know what it is if you've been following this project. But yeah, this is it for my Pan That Palette. At the beginning of the year, almost dropped it. Not that it would have mattered. But it is the Coastal Scents Revealed 3 palette. Now, this I don't see very much of on YouTube. It's I've gone back and forth between thinking that this was an underrated palette or not rated because it was just whatever. I think I've settled on it's pretty underrated. I would say I've settled on that. The pigmentation is good. It's not amazing, but it's good, especially because while this is a $20 palette, there's almost always some 50% thing going on with Coastal Scents, and I got this for $10. So for the price that I paid for this palette, it was worth it because these shadows are pretty good. They're pretty good for the price, and the color family it's pretty, the top layer or the top row is pretty warm, and then the bottom layer is a little bit cooler, so you get a ton of options. I feel like I can create, and I have created, so many looks with this palette. So without further ado, right now you are gonna see what it looked like when I first started, and now there you go, you guys. That's a whole lot of progress on this palette, and obviously empty, 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 empty. So 4 out of 20 shadows are completely used up, and these were the more neutral shadows, kind of a light cream color, more darker, and then I don't know, I can't even remember. Oh wait, that was a brown, and that was a brown, and they were all kind of matte or maybe slightly satiny finishes. And then the fact that there's pan on almost all the rest, the only ones that don't have pan, so there's 3 and 4, 5. So 5 don't have pan, which is a quarter of it don't have pan. But the ones that don't, this has a pretty big dip. So you can see the shadow. This purple has a pretty big dip in it. And yeah, so that I could have hit pan on that if I had really been working on it. But I just stopped at a certain point. So, but yeah, I am really, really proud of the progress that I made on this palette. Now, what am I gonna do with this? I have gone back and forth about whether I'm going to declutter it or not, and I kind of landed on the temporary decision that I am not going to declutter it at this time. I've kind of unofficially ended this project months ago, just basically from when I stopped using it. I just kind of was like, well, all right, it's done, I guess. And that's just how it is. So, and I've been fine having it in my collection during that time. It does not take up very much space. It's really, really flat. I actually really like the packaging of this. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have a mirror, but if it did have a mirror, it would have been more expensive, which I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But it's just like, it's got that magnetic closure. It's just really sleek and thin, and like, I like it. I feel like, I don't know, I don't mind having this in my collection at this time, especially I don't really have that many palettes, so it's fine. And I do like a good amount of the shadows. So right now I'm cool, I'm good. I may come back to this in a couple of years and actually try it, and that sounds like a really long time. Oh my God, maybe not a couple of years. Maybe it'll be like in a, I'll do like a 1 month, 1 palette kind of thing. But honestly, maybe even not, because I do want to do a video on my current thoughts on project panning. Just because, like I said, my lifestyle is really, really different, and I just don't think that project panning really fits into my lifestyle right now. But I'll probably do a different video on that. But my plans for this, not going to declutter it, just going to retire it temporarily. I'm proud of the progress that I have on this palette. I learned a lot about different color combinations, and that was really awesome. I do have one shadow from this palette on my eyes today, and that's this like gold one. This gold one with MAC Fix Plus. I'm like not really into my look today. I don't know, I just haven't really been wearing a lot of makeup, so I feel like I'm out of practice. Whatever, hopefully you guys aren't commenting like you look like a hag. Wipe it off. So I have that on my lids, and I actually really do like that shade. It's not as good as like Half Baked, right? Is it Half Baked? That like Urban Decay Gold, I think it is. But it's still pretty good. And with Fix Plus, like these shadows get pretty dang cool looking. When I do try and go back to this palette, I don't think my goal is ever going to be to use up every single shadow, especially the shimmery black. Like the shimmery black is so close to Creep, I think is what it's called in the original Naked palette, that I'm like, no, I wasn't even close to hitting pan on it because I barely ever wear black eyeshadow, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. But I think the products in here, the colors in here that have the most amount of pan, I could probably go back and maybe put them in like different project pans and actually try and use them all up. I think it's totally doable, but I'm just done with this for now. So that is my update, or my finale for my 2017 Pan That palette. So you might be asking, Heather, are you going to do a Pan That palette in 2018? The answer may surprise you. Yeah, I am. I have decided that I am going to do a Pan That palette in 2018, and I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You might guess if you are somewhat familiar with my collection, if you've seen like my makeup collection video, which I posted way earlier this year, but the collection is very, very close to what it was then. I am going to be panning my oldest palette in my collection for 2018. So I'm going to be filming that intro and posting it in December, so in about a month or so you guys can see that. But if you want to guess, I want to see your guesses down in the comments section. So one of you might already know, because I think I might have told her in one of her videos. I would have commented on one of her videos. But yeah, just guess and it'll be fun. So if you enjoyed my Pan That palette series, what little videos there were to share with you, please give this video a thumbs up. If you enjoyed project pans, while I did say I don't know where I'm going with project pans, at the moment, for the near future, I do have project pans going on. And in the near future, I will be continuing to do project pans. Just I might be stepping back just a little bit, but there's still some there. So subscribe if you're interested in that. And I still do a ton of minimalism videos. Honestly, for me, project panning is so closely connected to minimalism for me, because project panning has been a tool for me to get to my ideal minimalist makeup collection. So there's that. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along on this project. And I hope you guys are having an awesome year. I'm filming this, I'm burping, jeez Louise. I'm filming this Monday before Thanksgiving, so by the time I post this, I think I'm posting this on Black Friday. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. So yeah, happy holidays everyone. I will see you in my next video. Bye.